very good evening and welcome to your live coverage of this Dialogue Rugby A Division match between Kandy Sports Club and Army Sports Club. Kandy are travelling down to Colombo for the second time this season, so they'll be quite happy with that. Try to get their away games out of the way in the first round and then try and get as much home games as possible in the second round so that they have a little bit less travelling to do when the competition reaches its business end. So that's what you see in the middle there is the Army huddle. Pilatu, who started in the centre position for Army last week, also drops to the bench. So interesting selections from coach Motilal Jayatilaka. But for Kandy, Roshan Veeraratne is not in the starting lineup. So Salia Kumara moves back into the scrum half berth, where he has occupied that berth for quite a while in his career. But since of late, he's been a fullback. But I think he'll experience in that position and will be nice. Are going to be watching this. He'll be able to pull off a big one for them. So Kandy retained the ball in the first exchanges, and big Dimitri Karunaratne, Vijay Singh rather, who crossed over from Kandy, takes the first hit up. This is Crocker. Looks for Sashika Jayawardena. He's held up nicely. Good strength by the Army Fijian there. Johan Kaiser also in there, the big Josephian prop forward. And it's an easy call for referee Irshad. It's small, held up in the tackle, and the scrum goes to the opposition. So first scrum of the game should be an interesting one. Sean Vijay Singh at the back. Tons of experience for Vijay Singh in this number 8 position and in the blindside flank. And for it'll be Christopher Cleat, and that looked like Chula Susanta who took that touch finder. Doesn't really find touch, so Kandy now through Quinton Crocker, who puts the big kick. A quick pass out from the Kandy scrum half who fielded that. It's gone to ground from the Kandy lad, the Army lads. And now Fazil Marija playing in the number 13 jersey. Salia Kumara gets ankle tapped and goes down. Ball, so that's good work from the scrum half. Dimitri waits at the back. The big man picks and goes. Crocker with the little chip, saw some space. It's an intelligent chip, but straight into the hands of Prince Charmera, who gratefully thumps that down the field and finds great touch. A good 60-meter game there. So both teams testing themselves, testing each other out with the kicking game. Nobody really keen to run the phases together. And in the box with me, Sahim Singalakshana, the Trinity College flanker, who's now left the rugby field and entered the commentary box. Good to have you here. Shahim, the opening exchange is a little bit dicey. You think Kandy are going to settle down soon?
Structured plan today, and they're Compared to the international rugby arena, the local Sri Lankan boys have not been able to uh, carry on with their lineups properly.
Rizvi Mohammed under a lot of pressure from the Kandy scrum there. This is the big Kandy front row. Piumal Manchanayaka, Damit Disanayaka and Dimitri Vijayatunga. Damit was one of Shahim's teammates at Trinity College, and he's turned out for Kandy for a couple of years now. Not being able to win the penalty there. And Army have done well to win that scrum penalty, and that's going to be a huge difference in the game today. How well these scrums go. Army strength coach Motilal Jatilaka would make sure that his team are very, very strong, and the Army scrum has traditionally been a strong one. So it should be an interesting battle, because that's where Kandy have a little bit of a weakness, if at all. They've got a really good back division, but their front five really need to make the difference against this Army side.
Prince Charmer here to take the kick. He was a key player in the under-20 junior Asia squad this time. Prince Charmer. Drifting away to the right a little bit. 22 drop out for Kandy again.
That was a decent kick, had the distance. He's got the assistance of the wind behind him as well. But now that this is Army's home ground, I think Prince Charmer needs to make sure that those kicks are in more often than not. Crocker taking his time with the 22 dropout. The Kandy jersey this year is a riot of color. And it's a long dropout straight into the arms of Rohit Rajapaksa, the captain and fly half, who puts it high up and under. The Gary Owen is fielded well and marked inside the 22. Kandy tap and go. That was a good tackle made in the end. But Kandy retained the ball in their 22. I don't know how smart that move was to tap and go from that distance. Fazil Marija takes it on. Anuruddha Villavara coming back on the inside, but the referee's blown his whistle for a free kick.
Yeshanagar. Kandy really had to settle down and take the game slow. Quinton Crocker did that well. He managed the pace of the game at the game against Air Force. He needs to step up again and do the job for Kandy. Crocker. Good distance there, but not gaining touch. Army player taking the ball into contact. Army in a good attacking position. Scrum off to the fly. Rohit Rajapaksha putting in a little inside ball there. Rizvi again. Rajapaksha sending it wide. Good pass there. Good cut out pass. Prop forward. Good hands. Sisila Karnataka taking the ball into contact. Good hit. Good power. Putting him into touch. Good defense by Kandy Shanaga.
Yes, good defense getting across, but also good phase play from Army, getting a few phases together there. And you can see their Fijian ball carriers. They're both in the midfield by the looks of things, Shahim. So that's an interesting mix that they've chosen, not to go in with a foreigner in the forwards and to combat Kandy's deadly back division with these two Fijians. So you've got Epi in the center position, and also Ramuwai Sanivilati in the center position as well. So the two midfielders are the foreigners for Kandy this time. They're going to go with an all-local pack. This is Chula Susanta coming in off his wing. Mohammad Rizvi, Rohit Rajapaksa. That's a big crash ball from Epi into the Kandy 22. Rohita looks for his big Fijian runner, who manages to get the ball away to Charmer off a good pass. But now Nigel Ratpatha has managed to get his boot to it, obstruct it, and hack it down the field, and given his team a little bit of respite. Nigel playing in the fullback position, Jaim, and I think that's probably his best position, actually.
Yes, Shanaga. He was playing fly half at Upcountry Lions last season, and keep an eye on him on the Air Force game. He's good at the breakdown. He has some pace. He joins the line at the correct moments. All in all, a full package for Kandy this time.
Yes, they seem to have plastered the cracks from last year, Kandy, but they really do need to get a few replacements in for the likes of Senaka Bandara and Dinesh Sanjeeva in the second row. They've been replaced by Gayan Ratnaik and Sashika Jayawardena. But whether these two guys have the quality of their predecessors, we'll find out slowly. And that's an overthrown line out by Army. Sean Vijay palms it back to Crocker, who has to deal with an untidy ball. Now Fazil. Caught. Lavanga Pereira has nowhere to go, so he has to go into contact. Here's Crocker again. Looks for his forward runners. That's Damit Dissanayaka. Hit hard. And now there's quick ball for Salia Kumara. Crocker puts the little chip in. Nobody's chasing it though. Chula Susantha goes back. And Prince Chamara gives a stutter step. But Anuruddha Villavara puts him into touch.
Army with the most of the ball today, getting on some attacking positions, but failing to capitalize on the opportunities. Testing Kandy's defense though, that's a good sign.
Actually surprised they're not using Randik Alvis for these early lineouts, Shaim. He was really good last week against CRNFC. He's also a guy you've played under. But he's at the front of the lineout and probably trying to steal the ball off Gayan Ratnayaka. Few running repairs at the left hand of your screen to Chula Susantha. Gayan Ratnayaka has a huddle with his Kandy boys. And he shifts to the front of the line out and takes it well. That's a good, well executed line out by Dissanayaka and Ratnayaka. Crocker has gone to his boot again. Not sure whether I'm really a big fan of this kicking game that Kandy are using. Because they've got a lot of backline talent, Shaim. You've got guys like Villavara who are scoring scorching tries in the 7th circuit. Lavanga Pereira, Nigel Ratpata, Fazil Marija, who is superbly attacking and can find space out of nowhere. So I'd like to see them get the ball, but Crocker's going to his boot a lot.
Yeah, Shanak, it's very odd to see Kandy play this kicking game because they have always been known to run into gaps and score tries. But maybe the coach has different plans for this season. Having a top-class South African as their fly half with his kicking power, you never know, Shanak.
Interesting tactic. We'll see how it pans out as the game goes on. Gayan Ratnayaka winning it there, or Sashika Jayawardena rather. This is Christopher Cleet making a big run into the 22, getting over the gain line. This is good ball for Kandy. Crocker runs that second wave of attack. This is Gayan Veeraratne, the big 7's prop forward and the 15's center, playing without his brother in the side. Crocker gets that ball off as well. That's good hands from the South African fly half. Here he is again. Now a long ball to Fazil Marija. Marija steps, tries to get the offload away, but again Crocker has to tidy up a loose ball. Here's Sashika Jayawardena stepping out of trouble. Good work from him. And Kishore Jehan rumbles it forward. Salia Kumara, that's surely offside. But the referee's playing advantage. Gayan Veeraratne gets it away, but the Kandy line is in touch, and the referee will come back for that offside. The Army line looked like it was very, very flat there, and too flat to be legal. We noticed this yesterday. I don't know whether you watched the game, Shahim, between Ireland and South Africa, but the line speed of the Irish defense was so good. And it's just a very fine line between giving away a penalty like Army did there and actually being good enough to come up and shut down your opponents. I mean, you've played on the flank. It's a really difficult call, isn't it, sometimes?
It's all about timing, Shanaka. You just have to stay focused and get the timing right. And as soon as the scrum half passes the ball out, you just have to rush onto the attacker. Good to see Kandy going for the points here. It's good to get some points on the board early in the morning.
Very much so, and Crocker has the first chance to do that. It's an easier kick than Prince Chamara had on the other end of the field, so you'd imagine that the foreign player will be able to make this. Sean Vijay in the frame with him, his captain, captaining Kandy for not the first time. He's been captain for a while. Suffered a bad knee injury against Japan several years ago, and as I say that, Crocker has missed a fairly easy kick. That's not good news for the Kandy team. They needed to come away with some points. There seem to be slow starters. Shahim, I didn't watch the game that they played against Air Force, but they seem to be not as cohesive as you'd expect.
Yes, Shanaka, much different game from Kandy this time around. They were on the board against Air Force roughly about 2 minutes after the game. Crocker attempting a drop goal, is it? Yes, very odd.
Think he's trying to make amends for that kick a little while earlier. It goes under the crossbar, so there's no goal. But unfortunately, it didn't go over the crossbar for Kandy to get the 3 points that they should have had a little while earlier. So Crocker having a word with the ref here and saying, hey ref, it was a drop goal attempt, so what are you going on about? Can't be a scrum from where I kicked it. It's got to be a 22 dropout. But referee Richard Carter probably didn't see the ball drop before Crocker kicked it, so we're back to a scrum. And the all-local 8 of Army will take on several times champions Kandy. And that's a good break at the back from Manoj Silva. Great work from the big number 8. Good lower body strength from him. Mohammad Rizvi runs across. Finds Asoka Jailal, who was looking for the inside ball, but it just didn't go to hand. And it didn't go to hand because there was a Kandy hand which interfered with it. So, good play from Army. Shahim, you don't expect the local players to be able to make breaks like that, but he surprised everyone.
Yes, Shana, good urgency shown by the Army players there. The youngsters in the line proving that they've got some skill. Army again in an attacking position in the 22. Would be interesting to see what they do from this position, Shana.
Looks very much like they're shaping to run off your screen. The fullback is already in the line, so this ball might come out to Rohita Rajapaksa to spread wide quickly. As we said before, the two Fijians in the centers, Epi Kokanang Singa and Ramuwai Sanavilati. Quick ball from Manoj Silva off the back to Rajapaksa. Rajapaksa to Sanivai. Makes a big run, but Christopher Cleet gets across to tie him up. Here's Johan Kaiser, the big prop forward, basketball player as well, so he's got plenty of agility and speed. Chula Susantha coming in off, that's Sisala Karunathilaka in fact. Coming off his wing, stays strong and presents the ball beautifully. Rohita goes into contact but offloads just before. Rizvi looks for a fly half now, and Prince Chamara obliges. This is the big Fijian. Passes off to his countryman. Straight through the middle goes Epi. And now good ball for Rajapaksa to swing out. Big run here from Rasika Abenayaka in the number 1 jersey for Army. A superb run from the prop forward. And just a little bit overcooked there. That grubber, but excellent play from Army, and you can see the strength of the two centers, Epi Kokanangsinga and Ramuwai Sanivalati, Shahim, and looks like this tactic from Coach Motilal Jayatilaka to play both of them in the middle might take Kandy a little by surprise.
Yes, Shanaga, they managed to get into really good attacking positions, but Army has really got to stay composed, Shanaga, without panicking in good attacking positions. For instance, they shouldn't have kicked the ball right in there because they were in the 22. They had good support on the outside. They should have retained the ball there. Damit Disanayaga to take the ball now. Referee spotting something there, Chana?
Not really sure what he was saying. I think time was off, so he's now put time back on. And he's chosen to go and referee from the back of the line out. Again, well won by Gayan Ratnayaka. Kandy roll this one forward just to get a little bit of breathing space for Crocker to clear, but I'm sure that there was some offside. Yes, illegal entry into that mall. So Salia Kumara's box kick gets charged down illegally, and Kandy will get out of trouble. Gayan Ratnayak has been jumping well for in the second row for Kandy. You know anything about him, Shahim? It's not a familiar name. Don't remember him from the school circuit either. But good to see players coming out of the blues, so to speak, and doing well. So interesting prospect also. He's got good size. Might be a future prospect for Sri Lanka if he keeps playing like this. Tamit again. Throws in this time to Sashika Jayawardena. Crocker again puts that little chip through, but Chula Susantha was ready for it. Prince Chamara should have offloaded, but Fazil Marija gets his seventh teammate wrapped up nicely. But Susantha does well. And the Army third row back quickly as well. Rohita Rajapaksa clears this one. And it bounces into touch. But it's taken quickly. And now Nigel Ratwata will look to put the gas on. He's well tackled there. Ratwata should probably have put his ears back a little earlier, but he seems to have won the penalty. Irshad Khada with his hand out, and now he blows for the tackler not rolling away. So nice to see Kandy in some space, and you see that when they want to take on players one-on-one, it's very easy for them to do that. And it's surprising that Crocker is going to his booth so much, but as you said, Shahim, it's clearly a game plan, but can you see the sense in it?
Not really, Shanaga. It's a very bad ploy, I must say. But you can see there Sean Vijay Singh having a word with his fly half. Maybe telling him to just keep the ball, not kick so much, and just work the line. Good kick there by Crocker, taking the team into the opposition's 22.
From his point of view, I guess he looks up and he sees these two big Fijians in front of him, and he just wants to turn them around, maybe get in behind them without trying to go through them, because he probably knows that Gayan Weeraratne and Fazil Marija, as good as they are, no match physically for these two Fijian boys. So he's just trying to turn them around. But Army are very fit, and Motilal Jayatilaka is known as an excellent fitness coach. So if he's trying to try and turn them around and run them out of gas, that might take a little bit of doing. Closing the gap, says the referee. So another bad mistake in the line out, and Kandy or Army playing with fire just in front of their line, but luckily Prince Chamara able to get rid of that ball. So again, a little bit of panic, not enough composure from both teams, Shaim, and this decision making has been an aspect which a lot of the foreign players have spoken about as well, and it's something that doesn't get taught a lot in the schools arena as well. And you came from a very good Trinity team where you made a lot of decisions and made the right decisions, and is that something that Neil Footy used to instill in you guys from a young age?
Yes, Shanaga, he always, I can remember Neil Footy coming up to us, talking to senior players after the game and before the game as well, telling us what to do and what not to do. Will Lora there, putting some gas. Oh, what a try by Will Lora there. It is sort of similar to the Johnny May try last night, running about 40 meters with his quick steps and rocket speed, Shanaga.
An outstanding try. You thought nothing was on when he got the ball, Shahim, but he just went from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. It was an outstanding run from him. He straightened and was almost untouched as he went over. Anuruddha Villavara, he's got probably the most explosive first 5 or 10 meters in Sri Lankan rugby at the moment, and you can see him really making an impact on the world stage as well. At the Asian sevens, he's been scoring a truckload of tries, and you can see why. And I'm surprised that it's taken Kandy to get the ball to him. It's taken so long for Kandy to get the ball to him, because this is what he can do. And Crocker will look to make amends. But Army have made a lot of the play, but Kandy have got the first score, and that will be demoralizing for this Army team.
Yes, Shanaga, having spent most of the time in the Kandy 22, it must be really demoralizing for the Army team. But hey, Kandy, they should stick to this. They should play the game that they played against the Air Force. Just run with the ball, not give the ball away so easy. Crocker with the conversion. Missing it again is Crocker.
And I think one aspect of this Kandy side, Shahim, is that they're a little afraid to spin the ball wide because they don't have a lot of pace in their third row. Sean Vijayasinghe is getting on a bit as well, and with that knee injury, he's lost a bit of pace over the years. And Asita Ratnayaka is not the fastest, and Christopher Cleat alone, he's a power player, but whether he can get around and support those ball carriers in a fast, open game is something that might be worrying Johan Taylor a bit, and he knows it's a long season, so let's wait and see. A big kick by Tisila Karunatilaka, who takes that restart. And Cleat takes that ball untidily. Acts at scrum half, the South African flanker. Passes off to his compatriot, who can't kick it out because it was taken into the 22 by Kandy. And now Karunatilaka, another one of your teammates, Shahim. They're popping up all over the place today. Stays strong in the tackle. It's a good ball now for Army. Rohita Rajapaksa looks to go. Gan Veeraratne came out of his line, and Rajapaksa spotted that gap well. But unfortunately for Army, they lose the ball forward. Referee's playing advantage, but whether they can get any advantage from that, I don't know. And the referee will come back for the knock forward. But Gan Veeraratne, anticipating the pass, shot out of his line, and Rajapaksa hit that gap. Unfortunately for Army, the supporting player couldn't get to the ball, but they still made a good 30 or 40, well actually about 40 meters from that before they came back and lost the ball. So good presence of mind there from the captain.
Yeshanagar, Army guys are doing a really good job with their line. They are hitting the gaps, they're running the unders line and managing to gain some ground there. Good presence of mind from Rajapaksha. He's playing fly half this season. It's an interesting tactic by Motilal Jayatilaka. Salih Kumar to Crocker. Putting in a deep one there.
Deep and a little too deep, Shaim, because it's gone out on the full, so he'll come all the way back, unfortunately, because it was taken back into the 22. And this is the problem with this racecourse ground, because you can't really tell exactly where the touch line is, because you can't see it from where you're standing. Usually in a rugby arena, you'll have the advertising hoardings or whatever it is, maybe about 5 or 6 meters away from the touch line, but here that's not the case. So Crocker just miscalculating that one, and Army will have an attacking line out. Probably go to Alvis or Migara Madugalla at the back. It's well taken by Army, and they set up nicely. Kandy trying to collapse that. Lucky not to get away with a penalty there, but somehow they win the ball back, and Crocker can now put it deep, and Kandy are don't have anyone covering because they expected to win that line-out ball. And Christopher Cleat, surprisingly, is the first man up there. Beat his winger to the line, and now Aniruddha Villavara gets there. He should have got there about 5 seconds earlier, though. It's a terrible chase from Kandy, but good work rate from the big flanker. So losing that ball in the maul, real surprise there. They set it up, seem to have set it up nicely.
Ishanaga, Army doing all the hard work but unable to retain the ball there. Talking about Christopher Cleat for a bit, Shanaka, he was a complete powerhouse in the Air Force game. He's really good at the breakdown, managing to get the ball from the position. Crooked throw there by Damadi Sanayaka. Free kick to Army. Taking it quickly there. Rizvi to Rohita Rajapaksha. Putting it deep. Nigel Andrabo. Putting a high ball there, Army player. Salia. Wilbur now. Good tackle there by Alves. He needs to move away. Crocker putting a shot. Oh, dropping it on. Knock on there by the Kandy player. Referee playing advantage. Bit messy there by the Kandy player Shanaka.
Yes, it was. It was a good response from Nigel Ratwatta to that long kick from Rajapaksa. Put it into the corner and thought they had enough to counter-attack from there, but again lacking that cohesion. And that's something that needs to happen with a little bit of leadership from Marija. Looks a little tired already. It's a hot day today. It's very hot. In fact, we saw both teams struggle yesterday between CR and Havelocks, which is a close game. Navy completely overran Police, so they wouldn't have struggled too much there when the momentum is with them. But penalty already coming for Army, but referee will give the advantage. Chisila Karunathilaka puts in a little chip, but nothing comes of it. And the referee had his arm out for a penalty, and I'm sure there's no advantage there for Armies, but the referee doesn't come back, so that's a surprise. If it was indeed a penalty, either way they should have had the advantage come back to where that scrum was. But Damit Disanayaka was pinged for faking the throw there, so the Kandy line-out call's not going well. And who's got to take responsibility here, Shahim?
The captain himself, Shanaka. He's in the pack. He's leading the game. Sean Vijay there again. Saleh Kumar, Quinton Crocker sending it wide. Spotting a gap there. Nigel Ratwatta.
That was a massive hit by Epi Kotanangsinga right on Nigel Ratwatta's head. That's why the referee stopped the game immediately. Ratwatta ran a lovely angle. He straightened it where Kandy was looking to go a little bit too lateral. That's what they had been doing. They've been running themselves out of space whenever they actually chose to run it. But Ratwatta straightened it up nicely and got smashed in the head for his trouble from Epi. And the referee very correctly showing a yellow card there. It was not malicious as much as it was careless. And these Fijian lads really get very physical. Remember a few Carltons ago, the Richard Dharmapala was just taken and absolutely smashed into the ground like he was a piece of cloth being washed on a stone, really, Shahim. It was really nasty, and sometimes these Fijian players can go a little bit off the boil, but Ratwatta seems okay, and Crocker has chance to put his team further ahead.
Ishana, good decision to go for the points now. If Crocker gets it through, Kandy would be 8 points ahead. That's 2 scores. Would be really tough for Army to get back on the game with the heat. Roughly about 40 meters out. Crocker. Distance is good. Again, oh, it's true. It's true, Shana. Good kick there by Crocker. Getting the extra 3 points for the team.
The touch judges conferring with each other. It took a bit of time because it was a very high kick. And Crocker is kicking into the sun, so it's always difficult to line up the posts when you're staring into the sun. Even worse when you're a fullback, but Ratwatta has managed so far. So it's 8 points to 0, and Army are a man down. Epi Kotanansiga spending 10 minutes in the sin bin for a high hit on Ratwatta. And Christopher Cleat goes back. Nobody really wants to claim the restart, and Ratwatta forced onto his left foot. Manages to find excellent touch. And this is the talent of the man. He can actually kick off both feet. Really should be a much bigger star in the local rugby circles, but I think the referees got this one right, because from the restart it was all Kandy who touched the ball before it was taken into the 22, and I think both Carders have got this right. Irshad in the center and Carter, who is his assistant referee, on this near side as well. Absolutely correct call.
Yes, Shanaka, good refereeing by the Sri Lankan lads. Wonder whether this would cost Kandy. Good position, overthrow there. Marija putting a little chip there. Good chase, Lavanga Pereira, good chase there, getting the winger. Has he gone out, Shana?
Not really sure what the call was. Don't see a touch charge anywhere close by. But whatever it was a good bit of play by Marija, who spotted the opening behind the wing three-quarter. But it looks like they're coming in for a knock-on, so it'll be a scrum, a nice attacking scrum. And now, Kandy have a man down in the back line. Army have a man down in the back line, rather. So they need to bring their blindside winger over to plug that hole. So Thisula Karunatilaka goes into a position that he's very familiar with, at number 12. And let's see whether Kandy can win this scrum. They do well enough there, and Sean Vijay Singh pops it back nicely to Salia Kumara, and Crocker goes for a run for the first time this evening. Gayan Veeraratna looks for Nigel Ratwata. Ratwata puts his ears back, gets the fend on, chooses not to use Willavara, and he doesn't need him. Ratwata's over in the corner. Outstanding work from him, and he has a bit of a go at Chula Susantha. He didn't like the attentions of Susantha. But an outstanding try from Nigel Ratwata. He's just got smashed hard in the head. But he decided, I don't need Anirudh Villavara, I'll do this all on my own. Got the big fend out and managed to carry two men over in the corner with him. So Kandy now starting to open out with Army, one man down. So that's going to maybe open the floodgates. And it's really hard to defend, isn't it, Shahim, with a man down, especially when it's one of your centers.
That's true, Shanaka. Center defense it's extremely crucial. That's an area where the opposite numbers would try to attack on. Good pace there by Ratata, showing his skills, aggressiveness, determination, courage. After getting hit, still scoring the try there. Crocker. He missed 2 kicks already today. Bit of a tough one. Just drifting it a little wide, not having the distance as well, Shanaga there.
And that's referee Shad Carter's whistle for half time by the looks of things. No, not yet. Everybody seems very casual about this game. Thought it was the half-time whistle, but it looks like a Sunday walk in the park, because nobody seems interested in getting this match started off quickly. But yes, it won't matter in this game. But when it comes down to the close games against Navy, Crocker really has to get his kicking boots on. Because Riza Mubarak for Navy is a dead-eye Dick. Nuan Hettiarachi also very good with the place kicking. Another messy restart there for Kandy. So it's these areas, Shahim, the lineouts, the scrums less so, but the lineouts and the restarts that are really not of good quality for teams that are spending 20, 30, maybe 40 million rupees on their rugby budgets for a year. They should be doing better than this, shouldn't they?
Yes, Shana, that has always been a weakness of local rugby. compared to the international arena, it's rather disappointing. Them having spent money on foreign players, foreign coaches, not being able to capitalize on that. And in the game of rugby, set pieces, those are what gets you the points, and points they win matches eventually. Army with a penalty there, opting to take the points. Karunatilaka with the ball. Kick is about 45 meters out, a little bit too far for Prince Charmer, I presume. Army to narrow the lead down to 10 points. Karunatilaka. He's got the distance. No Shanaga drifting away to the left again. Karunatilaka using the wind there.
Yes, Army very clearly playing with the wind at their back in this first half, and that'll hamper them a little in the second half as well. But that kick had the legs quite easily. Karunatilaka is very strong in the lower body. It's a thumping boot. And here he is again under this high restart from Crocker. Sashika Jayawardena gets across to make the tackle. Here's the Fijian, Satane Vali. That's him again. Fighting to stay on his feet, and Kandy knock on. Sean Vijay Singh trying to do his best to reclaim that ball at the breakdown. Christopher Cleat having a bit of a word with the referee, saying, was I okay? Referee says maybe, maybe not. And another scrum for Army in a good attacking position. Still with the man down though. So you might look for Manoj Silva to run this one off the back. Christopher Cleat has stayed on the open side here, so they're expecting expecting Army to come blindside, which they do. And now Chula Susantha puts a lovely little grubber kick in, and Nigel Ratwat sidesteps nicely and straightens, puts a little kick in, and Rajapaksa spins out of a tackle there, but straight into the hands of Christopher Cleat, who also goes to his left boot, and that is a little bit overcooked, and Mohammad Rizvi gratefully calls the mark. Thought Nigel Ratwata should really have stepped in and tried to keep that ball alive a little more. And that will be the halftime whistle. So it's 13 points to nil in favour of Kandy Sports Club at the racecourse grounds here in this Dialogue Rugby A Division game. It looks like it's going to be a tight one when we come back, because Kandy really haven't found their gears. And Army will have their man back. Epi will come back from the sin bin in the first few minutes of that second half. So that should mean that tactically Coach Motilal Jayatilaka will have a word with his players as well. They might change a few things around, but so will Kandy. So it'll be an interesting battle of the set pieces when we come back. And hopefully Army will be able to break the deadlock here, because they haven't been able to get on the scoreboard. And it should be a lot closer than we imagine it to be at this point in time. So I'll leave Shahim to take you through the next 40 minutes. But until we catch up with next week's action, my name is Shanaka, and don't go anywhere. ThePapare.com will bring you the second half action of this Dialogue Rugby A Division game between Army and Kandy in just a few moments' time.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the Racecourse Stadium today, bring you live the match against Kandy and Army. Great sights here at the stadium. The cadet band from Army putting on a show there. A bit of a close game today. Army look a little uneasy. Kandy not being themselves. I'm Shahim at the commentary box, and I'm here with Shabir, bringing you the second half of the match. Shabir, you've been watching the first half of the match. What do you have to say?
Yeah, sure. Horrible. So Kandy has a chance to get the set piece done in the middle of the pitch. So Salia Kumar to feed in. We are not playing Roshan Veeratna for Kandy. Sean releasing it to Crockett. Referee Khadr playing advantage for the knock on. Crockett unfortunately knocks on the ball, could not able to send it to the lines, but good pressure shown by Army. Referee Ifzal Khadr is having a word with the Army scrum half. Like I said before, Roshan Veeratna is not playing today. He is having a serious shoulder injury, which occurred from the last week's match.
Yes, Shabir, but it doesn't really matter. They have a good replacement, Salia Kumara, who has good international experience behind him. Good scrum there by Kandy. Taken quickly by the Army lad. The Fijian back in the game. Sending it wide. Referee spotting a small knock on there. Army back to their full strength with the two Fijians at the center. Kokanasiga Epi was penalized for a dangerous tackle and he was in the sin bin for 10 minutes. He's back with them now.
Great intensity shown by Army scrum off to take the quick tap, but once again Army unfortunate to hang on to the ball. As a result, knock on was Crocker goes with a lovely but of course in the lineouts they showed some great power pack in the driving maul. Can Army do some miracle like that to make their scores? Unfortunately, the throw was not straight. It was somehow gathered to the Army, And Rizvi sent it to Rajapaksha, and he sent it to the Fijian. Chula with the ball, 1-on-1, beats one. Needs support. Referee playing advantage, coming sideways. A chance for a 3-pointer, but I don't think they will go for the 3-pointer with the angle.
No, Shabi, they shouldn't. They are 13 points behind. I think they should go for touch and get a try behind their sleeves. Small kick there by Karunatilaka. The atmosphere here at the grounds, it's amazing. Army lads coming here to support their team with the traditional ThePapare band. It'll be interesting to see Army's ploy here. Yes, they're going to maul it, but good defense there by Kandy. Army retaining the ball. Collapsing the maul is the forwards coming from the side. Referee Kader awarding a penalty to Army. Karunatilaka with the small punt again. They should retain the ball and just keep the ball with them as much as possible and get some points on the board. What do you reckon, Shabir?
I have a feeling Kandy might not contest this line out. Something which we saw in the yesterday's autumn series. If they did not contest in the lineouts, they can directly go. But they didn't go that way, but referee still stops and plays again.
Yes, Shabir. Kandy opting for the stone defense in the line out. That is to stop the opposition from mauling. It's a good ploy. Reorganized is Kandy now. Always. Crooked throw there again by Army. Army have managed to get into really good attacking positions, but haven't been able to retain the ball. This has been the major drawback from today. You know what they say, Shabir? To score, you should first have the ball with you.
Yeah, the discipline is not there again with the Army, because their scoreboard still stands nil, and Kandy leading by 13 points.
Scrum to Kandy now. Salya Kumar with the put in. Crocker trying to clear it out. Not on the out. Chula Susanta with the ball now. Sending it wide to the Fijian. Epi. Beating one, beating two. Running into a gap now is Epi. Good strong run by the Fijian there. Rizvi to Rohit Rajapaksha. Sending it wide. Good strength there. Kandy, however, have managed to turn the ball over. Salya Kumar again. Crocker. Putting in a chip kick there. Ball stays in. Karunatilaka. Long pass to the center. Prince Charmer with a good kick there. Over Wilvera. Does he find touch? Crocker to clear it from the 22. Good distance there. Good distance by Crocker. Gaining about 50 meters there. Shabir.
Yeah, even if you look at the line out, the way the Army are walking, the body language doesn't seem so good. They still have to keep their faith with them and the belief. There's still more than 30 minutes to be played here. There's nothing wrong with the positioning, but what happened was they're not capitalizing the position. They had few chances in the opposite 22 early on the first half as well as the second half. But it was a free kick awarded by Uzal Kader. And Kandy opting for a scrum. So we know that Kandy's set piece is very skillful, and they heavily depend on the set piece, even especially in the lineouts.
Yes, Shabe, Kandy have a very good set piece attack. They form, they use the lines, heavy runners there in the line, good forwards like Christopher Cleat in the pack. Sean Vijay Singh, very experienced, captain inside after 2009. Good attacking position for Kandy. Salih Kumar with the put in. Christopher Cleat sending it wide to Crocker. Bad pass there. Cleat again. Intercepted by referee. The Fijian Epi is offside there. Army players making some crucial errors at crucial parts of the field. Players are looking rather lethargic. It's still anyone's game, 13 points behind. Rugby is 80-minute game. Should never give up until the 80th minute.
We can also see Pio Tuwai is in the field. He's replacing his other Fijian. So Crocker with the kick. It's pretty much a 45-meter range. And it looks good, but it hits the uprights as Shula Susanta passes to the Fijian, and there goes the other Fijian. It's testing time. Can he beats 1-2? Even Nigel couldn't stop him. A brilliant passage of play by Army.
Kokanisaga Epi there, gaining about 60 meters with his strong feet. Short one. Gun. I'm sorry. Good tackle there by the Canadian player. Rohit Rajapaksa with the ball, putting an inside pass. Good awareness by him, spotting his teammate. Rizvi, knocked back there. Rajapaksa. And then Sunny Valati has scored for Army there. Good awareness by him, joining the blind side and scoring the try.
Firstly, there's nothing wrong with that big tackle, because the tackler he was binding, it was a legitimate tackle. So referee awarding the game to running without stopping it. As a result, a good comeback by the Army as they pressurize the Kandy defense and score the very first try. As the scoreboard moves now 5 points to 13 with the conversion to come for Army.
Can they have changed their attacking patterns a little bit in the second half? Managed to gain some ground and spotting some holes in the Canadian defense there. The two Fijians working together. Their work rate has been amazing all match. Good to see them run. Sunny Velati scoring the try there after an amazing break by Epi. Charmer with the kick. Is it two? Yes, it's true. Army with extra 2 points, narrowing the gap to 6 points. 13 points to 7 is the scoreline. Pictures coming to you live today on www.papare.com.
So Epi is off and Pio2i replaces him, and also Banuka Gamage is playing in the center position. Banuka Nanaka rather, corrections. And good restart, but Chula misses the ball. It was Rizvi with the ball, steps, he needs support in the danger zone. Supports arrives on time. Good pick and go by Pio2i. Still with the ball, Prince Shamara sending it off. So once again, Kandy Discipline goes from that ruck. It was offside, probably by Lavanga. The culprit was Christopher Keith, who's the flanker. So it's a good opportunity to come out of the jail as Rohita Rajapaksha with a lovely punt. It was a good touch.
Rohit there with the ball, taking the kicks. Rather odd to see him punting the ball like that. Quick line up by Army. Pio2i with the ball. Strong runner, breaking 1, 2, 3, 4 tackles. Taking about 5 Canadian players into the ruck, but turned over well by Christopher Cleet. Referee spotting there.
Pio2i once again showing great character, great intensity now. It didn't. It was not there for the first 40 minutes. Army is coming back onto the game. Space out wide there. Unfortunate knock on as the referee plays advantage. It was advantage as knock on goes both sides, but this time it was a penalty as the line is offside. So Kandy can take all their time that they want. So for their leading 13 points to 7. 2 tries to Kandy. One from Anuruddha Vilvara and one from Nigel Rathwate. And a penalty scored by Crocker. And referee stops the time. It looks like a blood injury, but not really sure what it was. Crocker with the ball. It's a good touch. Just gained around 30 meters. So Kandy once again having a chance with the line out. Like I said before, the set piece was simply brilliant. If you see the match against the Air Force, where they ran riot for a 78-9 victory.
Interesting ploy here by Kandy. The 2 flankers, Cleet and Bonecker, forming in the line. But unable to retain the ball, there is the Kandy forwards. Sunny Valati again with a good run, but knocking the ball over. Kandy haven't been able to play their natural game in the second half. Shabir, Army with some real intensity and putting some great pressure on the Kandy side.
I think Army have learned a lesson comparing to their last game where they led the game against CRNFC in the first half, and they didn't have a clue in the second half as they couldn't make the scoreboard moving, whereas CRNFC came from the bottom to beat the Army. But this time around they are showing very good intensity in the second half. They know that the game is not for 40 minutes, it's for 80 minutes. So Kandy on the attack, Bonako Rangamu.
Good work there by the Kandy three quarters. Salih Kumar with the ball. Sending it wide. Sean Vijay Singh. Marija putting in a blind pass there. Bone Godangama with the ball. Stepping in. Stepping one. Stepping two. Twice. Crocker sending it wide. Nigel. Knock. I don't think he intended to kick the ball, but it's not knocked on. Good clearance by Chula Susanta there on the right wing. Kandy are just surviving here, Shabir. Army with some good rugby in the second half. Kandy still in a good attacking position. Close to 22. Damit Disanayaka. Christopher Cleat, the number 7 flanker, joining the line for Kandy. Good ploy here. Marija looking for space to run. Salih Kumara with a good run there. Tackled him. Nigel Ratote. Good hit there by him. Good support by the Kandy forwards. Mauling it is the Kandy forwards. Ripped off by the little scrum half Rizvi. Tisila Karunathilaka with the ball. Running around Lavanga is Tisila Karunathilaka. Trying to put a little pass inside, but failing to do so. Good passage of play there by Ami Shabir.
Good foot race by Karunathilaka and Lavanga Pereira. But his offload, the offload of Karunathilaka, Lavanga Pereira putting the hand on purposely, perhaps it could be a penalty, but referee instead going for the line out. Because the offload was intentionally, he was barged.
You can think of it in two ways, Shabir. Either he was intentionally putting the hand out or he was just trying to make a tackle. But referee Kader has gone on with the knock-on and awarded Army a scrum in Kandy's 40-meter line. Little Rizvi with the ball now. Piotr with the ball. Breaking 1, 2 and 3 tackles is Piotr still going. Cleaned up by Crocker. Good defense there. Knocked on though. Good run by the Fijian Piotr who replaced the local number 8 in the second half. Shabir.
Yeah, even Crocker couldn't hold on to him. He was so powerful. He brings a great spark into the Army pack. We have witnessed that in the second half. Piotr, why didn't you start? If that was the question, if I can ask Motilal Jayatilaka.
But Shabir, I think it's a tactic by him. Yet another brilliant tactic there. Saving the strength, the power of Piotr for the second half. And it's actually working for them, Shabir.
Exactly. So scrum down in the 22 meters for the Army. And their set pieces have been shaky in the last scrum. So Rizvi feeds in. Piotr once again. Bang! What an offload. There goes Rajapaksha. Send it to Chula Susanta on the wing. Has he scored? Yes! Beautiful work. Beautiful work by the Army three quarters. Piotr setting it all the way from the scrum, breaking off, and he's what has he done was he was taking the fly half Crocker to face it off, so there will be an extra man advantage in the line.
Great number 8 break there by Piotr, running a great line, drawing the fly half Crocker and a center 2 and giving the offload out. Rajapaksha managing to draw another man, passing it, and Chula Susanta on the wing. Try time Army. Kandy team looking a little bit uneasy in the second half. All they have been doing is defend. Such is the intensity shown by Army. Coach Motilal Jayatilak all pumped up in the sideline there. It is turning out to be a very close match, Sabir. Like I said before, rugby is an 80-minute game. You never know what will happen until the final whistle.
Prince Charmer to take the conversion. He had a brilliant start, brilliant debut game against Sia. He spot on a penalty with almost with the 50-meter mark. Also who represented the Sri Lanka under-20 few months ago for the Junior Asiad, Prince Charmer from Science College, ready to take the most important conversion, take the lead into 2 points, a point rather. Got the legs, looks good, and it is brilliant stuff by Prince Charmer. Oh my days, what a game he's having. So Army coming on board, first time leading the scoreboard, 14 points by 1. Kandy must really feeling tough now.
Yes, Sabir. Army coming back in the second half, scoring 14 points and gaining the lead for the first time in the match, Sabir. Good to see. Now it's all about the mind game, Sabir. You have to stay composed, focus on the basics, and get the points on the board. Crocker with a short one there. Piatuai again. Taking 3 players with him. Prince Charmer with a long one. Niger Ratat on the ball. Will he run it? No. He spots a gap at the back. Rohit Rajapaksha to collect. Good kick there by him. Rohit Rajapaksha with some good kicking skills, Sabir. Did you expect that from him?
Not really, but when we were interviewing him, he said that he had played the fly half pivotal position in his university time in the UK. So he, in the first game especially, he was really showed a great character with his up and under and some punts. This time also he had so much confidence on him, and it was a good touch at the end. So the line throw, it was not straight, says the referee. So as a result, Army once again having a set piece option now. Two second half tries make Army into the lead now.
It's an important match for Kandy, Sabir. They are here to regain the lost pride. They have been runners-up in 2012, 2013. They are here to win it. A lot riding on this game for them. Piatuai again. Good option by Salia Kumara there, getting him at the back. They've turned it over. Crocker sending it wide. Marija, good tackle on him there. The Fijian smashing him on the ground. Penalty to Kandy there. Coming from the side is the Army player.
So we can see Army player is down, injured. I'm not sure who is that. But we are having a penalty, but referee Irshad Kader just giving some instructions or warning for 2 captains on that incident. And it was the instruction was given to Upul and Salia Kumara. I'm not really sure what that incident was, but Kandy is having a penalty. They might go for touch and to gain some great yards. And we can see another replacement. Kishore Jehan, the bulky prop forward, is back to Kandy. And Chula Susanta is off. And he was replaced by Kavinda Pereira. I think what Kandy needs to do is they need to use the Wilvera in the line, send to the corner, or use him once in the breakout from the middle.
Yes, Abir. Kandy have unable to do that. Crocker, Nigel Ratata always opting to kick the ball. Salih Kumar again. Christopher Cleat supporting the man. Salia. Bad pass there by him. Cleaning it up is Salia again. Referee spotting a knock on there. These are the errors that have cost Kandy Sabir. It's a real pity to see a team of this quality, the team of this ability rather, making silly mistakes like this. It could actually cost them the game.
It's all about, like you said before, the composure. They still need to be patient. There's still a few minutes left. But that knock-on came from the hands of Crocker. He really played a brilliant game in the first match against the Air Force. And I'm sure their parents also watching this. They have made a lovely comment on ThePapare.com saying, thanking us for the live air coverage. So Army put in. Rizzu to feed the scrum. Putuai once again. He breaks and this time he couldn't make big yards. Kandy turns over the ball and sends it to the line. There goes Veeratna. He found the space.
Good kick there. Well collected by Tisla Kanwatilaka, but unable to retain the ball. He has knocked it on. Referee Irshad Khader awards a scrum to Kandy inside the 22. It's a good time to bounce back, Shabir, for Kandy.
Yeah, it's all about Veeratna's experience. He saw the gap and he just chipped in. No one to get the ball from the Army fullback. In fact, he was just straight to the ruck. So Lavanga Pereira adding the pressure, and it's a good scrum in the 22-meter line, almost 5 to 10 meters away. There's one more replacement. Pradeep Lienage is coming in, and Fazil Marija is off. So Lienage and Veeratna combination in the center. It will be an interesting set piece. Salih Kumar to feed in. So good break, but Buna Kaurangam, good break, but equally well defended by the Army flankers. Driving hard, Kandy. It's holding on and it's a turnover ball now.
Kandy has to score here, Shabir. It's going to be an exciting finish to the game. 6 minutes more to go. They're trailing by 1 point. Army player there with an injury. I think it's a bit of a cramp there. It's a good time for Kandy along with Sean Vijay Singh to actually regroup, restructure the entire pan and find a way to get past the Army defense. Army defense has been really good in the second half, Shabir. They have shown some real intensity, making some big tackles, especially the two Fijians there in center midfield. The ploy has really worked for them. They've saved the powerhouses for the second half.
Exactly, Peter Y, who made the difference in the second half for Army. Now Army put in Rizvi with the ball to feed in. Looks good, and Peter Y once again breaks, but good counter attack by the opposite flanker. No pressure. He had loads of time and good way to release the pressure as he made a very good kick. It's almost 35 meters sailed into touch.
Kandy, they are not showing any urgency. They really should be hungry for the ball. Just 5 minutes left to go. They are 1 point behind. This is where they should show some hunger and actually fight for it. Because it's not a matter of a win. It's a matter of pride. They are playing for pride today. Turned over by Randik Alvis. Good jump there by him. Good defense though from Yaqub Ali. Sending it wide. Pierre Tuwai. He's a strong lad, isn't he, Sabir? Rohit Rajapaksha to clear. Getting into the middle. Oh, he collects it. Good defense by Kandy. Trying to retain the ball. Sending it wide. Good kick there. Kick into space. Crocker under it. Collects it. Good power there by the South African. Penalty there. Holding on. Falling from the side rather. Kandy, this has been their weakness this entire match. They haven't been able to stay composed at the breakdown and losing the ball in the process. Some exciting rugby by the lads from Army, Sabir.
And that was a surprise call by Rohit Rajapaksha because he chooses for the 3-pointer instead of going for the position. He has so much trust on Prince Chamara, who have made a huge impact so far. But even if the kick goes, it's going to be just 4 points difference between both sides. But Chamara did spot on early conversion with a similar angle. But we'll see. No, not this time as Crocker gets the ball. And he sends a lovely banana kick into touch. No, it's not found. Touch. So Army on the attack. That's not a good kick. That was Kilifi Latu. He had the ball with his hand. But it was not a good decision. He was trying to chip it in, but it didn't make even 10 meters. So Kandy still with the line out on the 10 meter.
Muhammad Ali replacing Damit. Taking a short run there. Closing in the gap are the Army players. Salih Kumar taking it quickly, sending it wide. Numbers on the outside. Crocker decides to step in. Cleat at the breakdown. Salih Kumar again. Bonek Odankama. Some good pace there. Good power. Driving his legs. Gaining meters. He has been held up though. Good defense there by Army. Strong lads.
Yeah, we don't have much time left. Soldiers with the ball position now. they can make another 5 to 6, 7 paces with the ball, the time will simply run out. It's a good breathing time also for both the team players. As there's an injury, both the team players are taking some refreshments.
Army now have to be very tactical. They have a comfortable lead of 1 point and just a couple of minutes to kill to win the match. If they are smart enough, they'll keep the ball with them, retain the ball, and not give Kandy an opportunity to get into an attacking position. Rizvi now with the ball. Strange formation by Army. Pietwai again though, running on the blind. Number 8 break there. Rizvi to Rohit, sending it wide. Breaking one tackle there is the Fijian Latufilati, taking the ball into contact, winning a penalty there.
Gayan Veeratna, you're playing offside. Is that the final whistle? No, it's not. Looking at the celebrations, I thought it's a final whistle, but they still have another opportunity to add the score for 3 points more. We can see a lovely cheer. Unfortunately, you cannot see on your screen. With the yellow jersey, he's running here and there, former Army player. All eyes on Prince Shamara now. This could be the final passage and final kick. Not a pin drop of noise in the field. Looks good. Oh no! Wow! Unbelievable stuff. It's unbelievable stuff. It hits the right post and into the left post. And Army player, he was gathered the ball, but he was just inches away from the try line. But still the ball is with the Army on the 5-meter line this time. Army still with the ball position. Rizvi with the ball. And he gives a chance for his forwards. 2 meters away. I have never seen a kick like that, Prince Shamara. There goes Army once again. Inside ball. Has he got space? Inches away once again. Good defend by Kandy. So almost all the players are involved in the ruck, and we can't see the line. There's only one that's Prince Shamara in the line. He was screaming into the ball. Knocks it on, unfortunately. That's it. It's not the final, isn't it? I beg your pardon. It was referee was stopping the watch and asking all the Army fans to get back to their position.
This is the third time, Sabir, that you thought it was a final whistle. Such is the excitement over here. Good play there by Army. Putting some real pressure on Kandy, not leaving any room for error, no margin for error there by Army. They have managed to come to the opposition's 5-meter line. So for Kandy to actually score a try, or rather 3 points, they have to go 95 meters, which is a little bit too much to ask with about 2-3 minutes to go. Kandy should be really disappointed today, Sabir. They had a very comfortable lead of 13 points at the stroke of half time, but now they are 14 points to 13, 1 point behind.
But still the ball position is with them. margin for error is very little. We never know what could this last move will bring. Scrum down on the 5 meter for the Kandy. That kick took the entire crowd cheering as it hit both the post, right and the left. Kandy scrum, referee playing advantage. Good break. Crocker with the ball, send it to Veeraratne, and he sends to Nigel and Wilbur. There he goes. Good cover defense.
Kandy are tested now. They should be really perfect in everything they do. If they lose the ball, that's the end of the game. Ooh. He has knocked it on though. Referee Ishad Kader, look at the time. There's time for one more play.
And there's only 2 players in the line. Can you believe that? Everyone's giving their maximum to take the ball carrier down. But that's not the good sign. If Kandy sends the ball into line, there will be danger coming on. However, it's the ball is with now Army. It was a pretty dull first half. Came into much intensity. Second half, Peer to eye. Good shoving from Kandy on the scrum. Peer to eye still with the ball. Good support. Referee says play on. It looks like a turnover. And it is. Salia Kumara send it to Crocker. Crocker to Veeraratne. Veeraratne send it to Lianage, the experience. He cuts it in. Crocker playing as fly half. Salia as the first receiver, and he passes it wide. Wilbur with the ball. And it was a penalty. Tackle not rolling away. I'm not really sure exactly how many minutes left, but there's not many. Will Kandy go for a line out? Or they tap and run? Looks like last move looking at... Yes, it looks like last move looking at the decision they're going to make. I assume they're going to tap and run. Yes, it is. Salia Kumar taking in charge. Hit, good support. There goes Kishore Jehan. He's coming into action. Turn it over, Army. This is it. If the kick goes out, Wilbur coming in to get the ball. Good defense by the number 7. That was Clotty. Still managed to keep the ball in the playing field. This is the last move. If the ball goes out, that's it. End of the game. Lienage with the ball. There he steps. Scissors it to Nigel Ratwata. There goes Nigel. He beats 1 and 2. Oh, quite unfortunate. So that's a knock on, but P2I playing advantage. And that's a good pass. Right time to Army. This is simply incredible stuff. What a comeback win by the Soldiers. Kavindu Pereira. In fact, it was the man who appeared to Y who made the difference in the second half. But take this for a try by Kavindu Pereira. Great support. But this is not what Kandy was expecting.
Exciting stuff, Sabir. Who would have ever thought trailing 13 points at the stroke of halftime to win it, comfortably in the end? 19 points to 13 and possibly 21 points. Unbelievable, Shabir. I thought you only see this in the international arena. I thought only the All Blacks were capable of this, but no, the lads from Army here to make a statement this season.
Great comeback, 19 points to 13. We still have the conversion to come. It's not all over yet. But Army fans can, of course, celebrate as there's no more time left. So Prince Shamara taking a short step and he made it a pitch. What a beautiful stuff he's having. So that's it. The final whistle goes. Army wins 21 points to 13. So
That's it, folks, from the Racecourse Stadium. Army making a statement here, trailing 13 points at the stroke of halftime, winning comfortably in the end, 21 points to 13. Thank you for listening this evening, and it is us, the ThePapare team, bringing it to you live.